Hello, everybody. So glad that you guys are joining us today. We actually have something different. We've never done this before, where we've taken a look at somebody's website and been able to give advice on how can they make it better so it's getting the results. I saw a message yesterday, and actually Beth brought it to my attention, and I saw a message, and she's like, hey, Robin's having a hard time with her website. Can you take a look at that? And I was like, oh my gosh, not only can I take a look at that, but we can help her live in person, so that she can get help and SEO tips and tricks that are going to help her be able to rank better, more, and be able to get the results that she wants. So that's why we're here today. We are here with Robin Hofmeyer, who is from right outside of Cape Town, South Africa. And she says it's the pinnacle. Wait, what is the word that you used?
Pinnacle.
Pinnacle. It wasn't coming. It was there. I'm like, I'm going to just pickle, Passover. I don't know. It starts with a P. It is the pinnacle of place to be if you are going to go to South Africa. So it's now on my list of places that I want to go. And tell us a little bit about your tutoring. When did you get started, Robin?
I've actually been teaching for 36 years, but mostly in person, a little bit in schools, and then I hated that, as a lot of us did. And then for many years in person. And then before COVID already, I decided I needed to make the transition if it was possible. I didn't know anybody who taught online. I'd never heard of anyone really doing it. And so I just went out there and I tried on my own. It took me about 4 months to realize that I wasn't making any headway. And then I came across your Facebook page, and that was a game changer for me. So so I've been teaching from a platform which has been very good. I've got a lot of really good quality students, but obviously if you're only going to do that, you're never going to build a really big business. So that's what I'm trying to do. And I've made the website, but I've obviously made horrendous mistakes because it went live July a year ago and I haven't had a lead from it. And I just feel overwhelmed. I've tried so hard to fix it, but I just get lost.
Yes. And I know that there's a lot of people that are out there right now. You're thinking the same thing, like that's kind of happened to you as well, that Robin's not the only one that's out there. And, Google has this thing called algorithms, right? And those algorithms are always changing. And so it's like one of those things where you have to stay up to date on your website to make sure that you're still getting found. Even if you were getting found at one point, now you're not getting found, it could be because the algorithm changed. So things can happen. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at Robin's website. I want you to see, she's actually got some really great stuff on there that a lot of people do not do. So I want to show you guys, and I want to point those out as well, because you may not have them on your website. But the very first thing that popped out for me when I took a look at her website is, look at this. She is not using stock photos. She is using an image of herself. Isn't that awesome? And isn't she beautiful, you guys? Oh my gosh. Every time I listen to Robin's voice, I just love the cadence of her voice. I could just listen to her talk all day long. It's just so calm and so powerful and lovely. And another thing that she did really well, and this is something that a lot of tutors will not do, is she put a video out there, really talking about what her ideal student is struggling with. And this is a really, really good thing to do because people get to see you in action. Now, there are a couple of things that we can take a look at when we start thinking about this. She already knew that she needed to have some keywords, right? And so you did the research on those keywords, and it's a good idea, you guys, every year to take a look at the keywords and see, are they still getting the same types of results? So what we're going to do right now, we're going to see if it's possible for us to kind of go into the back side of her website so that we can see a couple of different things. So what I'm going to have you do, Robin, is I'm going to have you log into Wix. And then I'm going to have you share your website, because I'm going to actually be able to help you put in a couple of keywords in the right places where you might not have thought about where to add some of those keywords.
Okay. So shall I share my screen with you?
That would be fantastic.
Okay.
And even Beth commented that she loves that you have a video.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for being so nice. I'm feeling so lost. I appreciate it.
Well, I think it's, you know what, you have so many good things there. And so the very first thing I want to do is let's go to your image. I'm going to have you double click on your image. We're going to see, let's go to, we don't want to change it. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to request remote control. All right, cool. So now I'm able to control her screen. You guys, how cool is that, right? I love that I can do this with the clients when I'm working with them, because it's really hard when you're having a conversation with somebody, like, just click here. No, click there. No, click over. No. Oh, on the other side. This way I have the ability just to grab and see what I need. So if I go here, if I go to the settings on this, you can see here it says, what's in the image? Do you think anybody is ever going to type on in May 2019? No. But you know what they are going to do? They are going to type on in, if people that know you and they want to like find your website easily, they'll type in Robin Hoffmeyer tutor. This is a picture of you, right? So we can actually change the name of this to say Robin with two N's. Hoffmeyer, E-Y-R?
Yes.
All right, because I was going to add an extra E in there. And then I'm going to put here tutor.
Okay. Thank you.
And now you have the ability to get found for, if people put in Robin Hoffmeyer tutor, like an image search, your image will come on up, which will be really cool if that's what you want. Does this image have a tooltip? No, and we are done. So all we have to do is just click on that X. And now if you want to check to see, wait, did that work? Did it save? Because I always like freak out, like, okay, did it save? Yep, it saved. There it is. It didn't add anything weird on there, and it's now there. So we've taken that and we have now helped to make that better. Another thing we can do is we can check over here on the different pages. I'm going to click on this very top. This is the menus and pages, you guys. So here are her different pages. She's got her home page. If I click on these three dots right here, I can go to SEO Google and I can see, okay, what keywords is she trying to get found for on this page? So her keyword, what's the page title on search results and browser tabs? And I'm going to guess this probably isn't a keyword. And so that's where we want to put in one of her keywords that she does want to get found for. So I had already asked Robin for her to share with me some of the keywords that she had. And we can double check to see which ones are going to be the best ones for her now before we throw all of this in here. But this is where you find, if we go here to reviews and we go to SEO Google, again, we can see, okay, what is the page title? And then is she optimizing for that keyword? And I'm not seeing keywords listed in this section. It's like the same exact thing as what was on the home page. So that is one of the areas that we're going to fix. But before we can fix that, we got to make sure we have the right keywords. So I'm actually going to stop sharing at this point. I've already have on my side over here, a way to be able to find those keywords. So if we take a look, I've already gone into Uber Suggest, and one of her keywords was online mathematics tutor. That's actually even her website, which is really great that she grabbed that as a URL. There's a search volume of 30. That's really a good number. I like the lower numbers. I like to play the low ball game because I can't compete against some of the bigger companies. So this is really great. What I want to know now is, what is my competition for online mathematics tutor? So I'm going to come on over here and put in online. Oh, I already did it. Online mathematics teacher. I put in here. Let me try tutor. Online mathematics tutor. We have 24,800. And let me double check over here. We had online mathematics. We did have online mathematics teacher. And if we take a look at both of these, online mathematics tutor has 24,000. Online mathematics teacher has 113,000. It is really hard to fight against that. 113,000 results. We want this number here to be about 1,000 or less. When it's at those numbers, then we have a chance of getting found here. So I made the mistake of become an online tutor as my website once, because I was like, oh, that's perfect. That's what people would use to search for me, become an online tutor. And I was never able to rank for it. Even though I had like the URL for it, I had all of that great stuff going for it, there was just too much competition. And even though I had a lot of content out there, it was really hard for me to get found for that keyword. And I thought maybe over time, maybe with enough content, maybe with this, maybe with that. Nope, still didn't happen. So other things would come on up, like my YouTube channel, which was fantastic, but my actual website that I was trying to rank for would not come up. So it can be a little bit harder with a website to rank because we are coming against some of these people who've been around for a while. So another thing is, look at this person's LinkedIn is coming on up. This is a person's LinkedIn profile, online mathematics teacher. So that might be one thing that you want to make sure that inside of your LinkedIn now, you have that. I did happen to notice with your LinkedIn, like your social media, and I know other tutors do this as well, your website wasn't there. Because I was like, oh, I want to find her website really quickly. So I went to your LinkedIn page, and I'm like, okay, where's her website? Where's her website? Ah, darned it, her website's not on there.
I never use LinkedIn. So is that a valuable thing that I should start using immediately?
Okay, so here's the thing. You don't need to start using it. You're just optimizing the playing field here so that people can find you. Okay, so I don't use LinkedIn to get clients. I use LinkedIn so people can verify who I am and they can do their research.
Okay.
So if you wanted to look up, Joanne Kaminski and find out more information about her, you can go directly to, one of the things that will pop on up at some point is going to be my LinkedIn page. Look at this. LinkedIn comes on up as what? The fourth result. It'll pop up pretty quickly on there. So now people click on that and look at all of the information that they can learn about me when they begin to click on that. If they go directly to, I'm going to go back for a second. I want it to go to my, what happened there? That didn't go where I wanted it to go. It'll, if we click on it for my LinkedIn profile, Joanne Kaminski, LinkedIn, make sure, there we go. Joanne Kaminski, LinkedIn. We want to go to my actual LinkedIn page. Joanne Kaminski, online tutor, business coach. It's not having me signed in right now, but they're able to now research me and find out more information about me. They click on it, and then here's my story. So I would optimize my LinkedIn page because people are going to use that as a search tool to research you. If they can't find you online, and that's where it's important too to have like a very similar profile image that you use throughout all of your stuff that looks like you, people will be able to find you very quickly. And when people can find you very quickly, they can learn what is your story, what do you do, how do you support people, what are your credentials, what's your experience, what are your, people's testimonials, all those kinds of things will pop on up here that you put in. Anything you put in, it's going to pull up. So you really are giving yourself the ability to share the best of you with anybody who researches you. Most likely nobody's bad talked to you, right? Yeah. But nobody's positively talked about you either. Yeah. So you get to put all that information out there in the very beginning, right? And you definitely want to have that inside of there. So definitely, I don't go into LinkedIn weekly. Sometimes I don't even go into it each month. But people can click on my stuff to be able to find out who I am, and they can use it to research me.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that you want to make sure is backlinks are really important. And a lot of people don't take this into consideration. But the more backlinks you have that are, they're not misleading backlinks. They are the types of backlinks that are going to help you get found more. Google loves, absolutely loves backlinks to your website. So there's a little bit of work that we have to do in the beginning in order to get that. We have to set up backlinks, like if I get featured on podcasts, if I get featured on a blog, I can list my website usually, and they'll backlink it. And that's a gift. It's a gift for me giving my time and giving them valuable information. And the other side of the gift is them mentioning my website so that more people can find me. And a lot of people, they will create their website as a one and done tool. I create my website, I do the best that I can with it, and then I leave it and hope it gets me clients. But the website is just the beginning, right? The beginning of you being able to tell people who you are. And so that's where we put all of this together. So you gave me some other keywords. Let's take a look at some of those other keywords that you gave me. And we're going to put them on into Uber Suggest and see how are these. So one of them was online maths lessons.
Yeah.
Let's put that here. Online maths lessons. 260 people are looking for that each month. When I see numbers like that, it begins to scare me. I'm like, okay, there's going to be way too much. There's going to be way too much on this one. Let's see if that's true. Yeah, 75,000. I can't compete with that. I would love to compete with that, but I can't compete with that. So I have to start thinking about some other ways that I can get found. So you live in Africa.
Yeah.
We can play with location. So we can say online math. We could say math tutor.
Yeah, the thing is, Joanne, that Africa is not my client base because Africa can't afford the kind of prices that I need to charge to.
Sure.
So most of my clients come from America and Europe.
Okay,
and
great.
Various other places. Yeah. But,
great.
And I wondered whether, were you saying keywords, and I later thought about, I wonder if it would have any effect if I put in words like geometry, algebra.
Yeah. Yes.
Measurement, test.
Yeah. Yeah, so it definitely does. And we can play with that with like online math tutor. Let's put in geometry. Online, what if we did like online geometry tutor?
Okay. And does it have to be a phrase as opposed to just single words?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, 100%. It has to be a phrase versus a single word because I want you to think about the way that a search engine works, you guys. And this is for everybody out there. If I put in tutor Anybody think that they are going to pop on up for tutor? I will not even pop on up there. If you put in tutor, I am not going to pop up on up there. Do you know how many billions upon trillions of things are out there for that? I mean, there's just no way you can ever compete with that unless you came up with a brand new word and people began to use it.
Yeah.
That would be the only way one word would work. So you are looking for a small phrase. So this is called a long keyword, a long tail keyword. So if I put in here online geometry tutor, and we've got 320, and again we can even do more with this. Online geometry tutor. This is a lot better. Look at that, 4,000. Wow, I can breathe again. Not only does that have a lot of search, but 4,000, I mean, that is really pretty good. That is really, really pretty good for me to be able to at least get a lot closer to page one for that keyword.
Yeah.
I could, but I have to work for these guys. It's not just a matter of adding it to my website. I'm going to have to create content as well regarding that. So I'll teach you a little bit more about that. But online geometry tutor is good. We're going to put that down. And I'm going to also mark for myself, okay, it had 4,000 results. Online geometry tutor, 4,000 results. It had like 360 searches. People searching that each month. That's really good numbers. Let's keep looking here. What's another thing that you tutor? Algebra?
Yeah.
Online algebra tutor. $480. $15,000, a little bit too high. Do you do algebra? Do you ever break it down into 1 and 2? Algebra 1, algebra 2?
No, because I only teach up to grade 8.
Oh,
So-
okay. And what do they call algebra before that? Do they just call it? What about pre-algebra? Do you do pre-algebra?
Yes.
Okay, so online pre-algebra tutor. I wonder if they even write it that way. 1,850. Anybody searching for it? Let's see. Pre-algebra tutor. And they might not be doing it with the hyphen that I did, so I can take a look and see what. There's 10 people looking for that.
Per month.
Per month, yep. Pre-algebra tutor, online pre-algebra tutor. Great. There's actually more people searching for it without, they're not putting this in there. They're doing this. Okay, that's helpful for me to know.
Yeah.
And then if I come on over here now and I do this, take it out, how does it change things? Oh, it's still really good. Let's see. It's fully loading here, so I'm just making sure when it's done here. Let's stay at the 1,870. Yeah, sure does. Awesome.
You do it as 2 separate words or 1 word.
So the way that it was suggested in here, so this is the way people are writing it.
Yes. Okay.
Whether it's correct or not is I mean, if that's,
matter.
it won't matter, because at the end of the day, you have to be coming at your website from your ideal client's perspective, not yours, right? So you can get found. Some people, if there's a way that like your subject gets misspelled, you can even use those misspellings as keywords.
Right.
So online pre-algebra tutor has more people searching it, 20, and then right here, we can see this is a fantastic number. Now I can go back into her website and I can do something with that. Online pre-algebra tutor, and it does match who her ideal client is. She likes working with kids at that age, which is fantastic. So I'm going to have you share your screen again. We're going to go back to where we just were.
Okay.
Awesome. And then I'm going to request remote control. Oh, look at that. You're awesome. Oh, all right. So here we go. We take a look here and we can say we left off right here at, trying to figure out these. Were any of your students, because this is under reviews, did any of your students that you have listed here, were they part of pre-algebra?
Yes, all the older students are.
All of them were.
The older students. So the 9-year-olds, no.
Right.
But the 13 and 14-year-olds, yes. But
Okay.
it's not broken down like that or anything.
No. But we can add it in there. So we're always creating content that is going to match with our keywords so that people can find us. So if we take a look right now, here, so this person's 9, this person was 9, they wouldn't have had pre-algebra. Who were some of your older ones that you had worked with on here?
Julia, see there, Julia student pro. I did pre-algebra with her.
Excellent. So here's what we can do. Mm-hmm. And did you do it online?
Yes.
You did. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't like part of the testimonial, but it's words on your page, right? I'm going to share a little bit about Julia.
Oh, okay.
Julia received online pre-algebra did we have online pre-algebra tutor or tutoring?
Yes, tutor.
Let me double check over here. We had, tutor.
Yeah.
Online pre-algebra tutor. So we want to take that phrase, right? And we want to be able to work it on in with that. So Julia received online tutoring. I'm going to put online tutoring from.
Oh, yeah. Somebody commented on your Facebook page that I should put my surname somewhere. They said it doesn't appear anywhere. I didn't think of that. Yeah, that would be. Okay.
Yeah, from Julia received online tutoring from Robin Hoffmeyer.
Yes.
And online pre-algebra tutor.
Okay.
So now, it was a really short testimonial from her, and you can share a little bit more about like who you are. Now, you really do want to focus each page on having a different keyword. If you use the exact same keyword on every single page, you won't get found as much. If you use too many keywords on a page, you won't get found as much. So so that's something to keep into consideration. But we're going to come here now to the reviews.
Yeah.
I've made sure I've used those words in the reviews. And I'm now going to put here, what's the page title on search results? The page title is going to be online pre-algebra tutor testimonials, because these are your reviews, or I could say reviews if you want. Do you like reviews better or testimonials?
I don't mind. Reviews, yeah.
Reviews. There we go. So here, what is this particular page about? We have reviews of Robin Hoffmeyer. Hold up, it gets better, you guys. And online pre-algebra and elementary math tutor.
Oh.
Because you do more than just the pre-algebra, right?
Yes. When does elementary school end again in the United States? What grade?
We actually do not have a Fast and Furious actual number to that.
Oh, that's why I'm confused.
That is
Okay.
exactly why you are confused. So,
Yeah.
my kids went up to elementary school up to fourth grade. In fifth grade, they entered middle school.
Yes.
Then we also have a junior high, right? And so there are some kids that will go up to sixth grade for elementary school. And then seventh and eighth grade is junior high. If their school doesn't have the younger kids in it, then they call it a junior high. So it's not a Fast and Furious rule. But when I got my education degree, I got it for first through sixth, and it was called the elementary teaching degree.
Right. So do you think we should say in that thing elementary and middle school math tutor?
Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'm trying to move away from the very young children. It seems to be a niche of mine, but they're exhausting. And I really enjoy the slightly older, so I'm trying to.
Yeah, absolutely. And then this one, right, like this here, I think this is more for your homepage versus this page. So again, we don't need to have any of those other words. We save that. And now we have here, okay, online pre-algebra tutor reviews. You've got the page title. You've got this is what's going to show on up for Google. So Google can now see this is the keyword that you're trying to go after. And you have more of an opportunity to be able to get found for that keyword. Now, next level stuff for this is to start creating content. So if we take a look on your stuff here, at the very top, it says home, reviews, contact, sign up, login.
Okay, to be honest, I think there's something wrong with the contact Robin thing. It doesn't seem to work. And the sign up page and login, those were put in by someone at Tutorbird. They said that they wanted it done for some reason, and I just said yes, sir.
Yes, and so I noticed, and when I went through there, I noticed it said you have book a lesson. So if we go to your homepage,
oh yes,
you have book a lesson, and then it doesn't go to a spot where you can book a lesson.
Oh no, really? It's supposed to have a link.
It does have a link,
yeah,
but it goes to a registration form.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to go. This is what the Tutorbird person did for me. They said this is the way it's done. It must, if someone clicks on that, it must go to them to register for Tutorbird. And I mean, that's one of the times I just feel overwhelmed. So whatever you say.
Yeah, well, you must know. You must know, right? But here's the thing. We want to be real clear on our calls to action. So this is another area, you guys, I really want you to pay attention. This is a mistake that a lot of people will do. They have too many calls to action. So she has book a lesson. Let's come down a little bit further. Get your free assessment. Well, wait a minute. What is the next step you want them to take? Is it to get a free assessment or to book a lesson? What I expect to see when I see book a lesson, I expect to see a calendar pop up. By the way, I don't think that is the best way to move forward. Does this free assessment, does this end up going to Tutorbird?
I don't know. I tried to make that. I completely agree with you on all that. And I think really what I should be doing is the call to action should put them in contact with me so that I can take it from there.
Right. So would that be a free consultation or a free assessment then?
Consultation, I suppose. I want to set up an email conversation. I just want to hear from them. I am so-and-so, and then I can take it from there.
So you can have different formats of things too that will take them to that. So like they could push 3 different buttons that kind of say different things, but they all go to the same place. That's fine.
Yeah.
So
But I
here,
agree
get
that
your
this
free assessment. We want to change that to
yeah.
get a free consultation.
Okay.
So if we go here, edit text, I'm going to put get a free consultation.
Okay.
And we don't really need the here.
No, we don't. No.
There we go. Get a free consultation.
Yeah.
And so then that will set them up. The other thing too that we can fix now so that it's a little bit more clear for people is instead of the book a lesson, we're just going to change the name of it because really it's just a registration form, right?
Yes.
And so we're just going to put here, they could register, right? Like they could, I have my people register before they get their free assessment.
Okay. Okay.
So you could just say here, again, get a free consultation.
Okay.
So that we're going to make that get a free consultation. They're going to send you their information. There'll be a place for them to put all that on there. And then that's going to help you be able to get into contact with them right away.
Yeah. Well, now I must just bear in mind that my current students, I've now moved over to this website and they book, no, not anymore. No, sorry, that was the thing. Now they book through Tutorbird. Okay, so this doesn't need to lead.
Nope, we're just changing it to be all consistent here. Get a free consultation.
Yeah. That one on the right there, that we can even delete it because I'm hearing what you're saying about too much going on, and also because anything outside those lines apparently doesn't show up on the mobile.
Yes, and I'm going to show you where is the golden spot to put this. It is actually closer to the top up here.
Okay.
A golden spot right here. We'll put it right here. The top right-hand corner. They've actually done like heat mapping to find out where do people's eyes go when they land on pages. And they found that that top right corner is a golden spot for your call to action.
So if they click that now, where does it lead?
It will lead. I will show you in a second. So I'm going to put this right here.
Okay.
Get a free consultation. We want to change that text. I have to be really finicky, you guys, with how I touch with using the Zoom. It becomes like touch sensitive a little bit and like things type faster or slower than normal. So we're going to put right here, let's go back, get a free consultation. There we go. Awesome. All right, so now we've got get a free consultation right at the top there, nice and ready to go. And then she's like, well, what happens when they click on that? Where do they go? So if I click on this and I want to see where is it going, I can take a look at this link right here. It says that it's going to go to a page and it's going to go up to the sign up page. So this is going to link right on up to the sign up page. Awesome. So now I can go to the sign up page, see what that looks like. Let me go back to site menu, sign up page. We have no words at the top here to let people know what they're filling out. So we
Yeah.
want to add some text onto this page here so that people know what's happening. I am going to pull this footer down a bit so I can pull this whole thing down.
This is
And
what
I
the
can add
tutor
here.
did. Yeah.
What Tutorbird didn't do for you and help you with is they didn't add any title on the page.
Right.
So it
Right.
becomes really confusing, I think, for
Yes.
people. Fill out
Yes.
this form to get a
Yes.
free consultation. When we
Love.
can do that,
Yeah.
it just takes away the uncertainty so much for people. They know what they're doing, why they're filling out the form, why are they putting in their information.
Yeah. Exactly.
So we can put here, fill out this form to get a free consultation. And then I want to center it.
Yes, please. Thank you.
There it is.
Yeah.
And make it bigger. So I'm going to expand it out. There we go. So now when they hit this form, they're not like, what's this for?
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. Like, they're just, people are just confused. We know what they should do when they get to a certain spot, but then it causes confusion for people. So I take a look right here, and if we want to make even the font size bigger, we can just go up like this. I can make that bigger, and there we go. Now it's very clear as to what is going to happen when they fill out this form and they give their information. Oops, let me pull this back on up over here. Awesome. So now we still have to give this a, you want to optimize every single page. So let's find another keyword that we can get found for with this page, right? So maybe it's like how to get started with online tutoring.
Okay.
So if I'm gonna stop, we're gonna just play with that for a bit because we want it to make sense for what it is that we have on our website, right?
Yeah.
So let me come on over here real quick. We're going to share. We're going to put on here how to get started with online tutoring. It always starts with an idea, a sentence, a thought, whatever you've got. And you just see, okay, do they have other ideas or suggestions of things that are getting found? I mean, what I put in there, 0. What about like registration for tutoring?
And what about something, is it too obvious to say something like improve maths results or improve maths marks? How would you say that?
I'm not sure that page would necessarily make sense on the registration page.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we wanted to actually fit. Otherwise, it's called keyword stuffing. And Google is smart enough to know that.
All right.
So you don't want to put words that are not relevant to what it is that we can do.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's put on here, we've got keyword, we're going to put free consultation for tutoring. Nothing comes on up. And look at this. I can go to keyword ideas here.
Yeah.
Nothing here. What if I take away free consultation for tutoring? Still nothing. All right.
Free maths assessment? Is that for the wrong page?
Yeah, I mean, you're touting that it's going to be a free consultation and a free maths assessment, but we could check it out. Free maths assessment.
Yeah.
And there are, I mean, if you do take a look at that, there's 50 here, online free maths test, free math assessment test online. There are a lot of them for that. So if you did want to do like a free maths assessment, but you also you're looking for math assessment because you're trying to go after, well, if you go after UK, they say maths. If you go after the US, they say math, right?
I'm
so
not
they
sure
do
how
have that.
Yeah.
So that is something to take into consideration. If you wanted to change it to a free math assessment, you could do that. I have a feeling, though, that if we take a look at free math assessment, our number is going to be pretty big for that. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Let's check. Free maths assessment.
You want to take the S out?
I have to use it the same way that it's listed here. If I take away the S, I have to do the same thing in here to find out what are the results for it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can't make those kinds of changes without doing it in both places. It didn't make a difference here, so that's good.
Okay.
It didn't make a difference. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. We've got 5,200 results, a little high. Free maths assessment. Yeah, they used like UK and then it became like 0, right? So even adding like UK, nobody's searching that. Look at this. This has free math assessment for primary school age children. Sometimes you can get like different names from here. List of free math assessments. Free math. This is also great for like thinking about content as well as you take a look at, okay, what is some other content that exists out there so that you can go after that, that keyword. We could even get specific with like years, what type of math, but that is good to know that is something that is there, and there could be another thing that shares with them how to do that. Yeah, so this tool here is called Uber Suggest, you guys, and you know, lots of people say things like, oh, I don't like that you have to pay for Uber Suggest. It used to be completely free. This guy took a very boring, plain website that everybody was using. It just did a basic kind of search. It was really ugly back in the day, and he made it awesome. He's so smart. I love Neil Patel, and now he charges for it. With right, he should. He has made this thing absolutely incredible. It used to be that it was like $29 a month, and I was like, I'm getting so much value from it, I'm going to purchase it. Because I'll use it for myself. I'll use it for my clients. And then he went to like, you can go lifetime. So for $290, I was able to purchase the entire, like, I can use it now forever. And not have to pay because I already paid. So I think that's a cool deal for those of you that are just kind of like, well, what is this Uber Suggest? What is she doing? This is helping me find like what words people are really typing in. Because it tells me volume. This is how many people are actually searching every single month. And then when I come on over into Google, I can see how much content already exists. So there are two different numbers that I'm looking at when I'm considering what is a good one that will help me get found. And doing this research ahead of time will help you. So again, what we can do for this other page here is we haven't utilized your name, Robin Hoffmeyer Tutor, that we can put that on your website. while that isn't one that's getting found here, somebody that is ready to get started with tutoring would actually appreciate to go to that page. Like, oh, I want to get started. I just fill out this form. Boom. So let's do that. I'm going to have you share your screen again. We're going to type that on in.
Okay.
And while she's sharing the screen, you guys, I've created a tool for you to actually grade your website. And I'm going to have Beth put it into the chat. But if you look at the description, I've already added the link in there for you of what it is. So let me just grab the link for you that I created. Is it? Yeah, here it is. It is called How Powerful is Your Website, so that you can see. I even have a way for you to grade it at the end to know, okay, what are the areas that I need to improve on with my website? I'm going to be teaching a course in next month where we're going to be doing what's called the Next Level website. And so that's going to help you guys. If you're already inside of the Insider Secrets Club, you are going to be able to join us without additional charge because you're already a member, and we'll be able to take a look at your website and be able to bring it to the next level. So let's go to menus and pages. We're going to click on those three dots. That's where we get to the SEO. And now I am going to type right here, sign up page. We have simplify maths, but instead of that, I'm going to put, we're going to put free consultation with Robin Hoffmeyer Tutor.
And there's a typo there, Joanne. Consultation.
Yeah, I know. That's why I always have to be so careful with how I type things inside of here. Free consultation with Robin. I started getting too quick there. Okay. Want to find out if online math tutoring is a good fit for you. Set up a free consultation with Robin Hoff. Let's capitalize your name. Hoffmeyer Tutor. There we go. So now we have this particular page optimized with her name, so that when people search that, they'll be able to find it. The last thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that we save. It says autosave is on, so perfect. And then if we can publish. So I'm just going to click publish so that all those things that we just did get saved on here. Robin, if you were to create content, would writing be the next step for you? Would creating videos be a next step for you? Or would podcasts be a good step for you?
I'm not sure, Joanne. I don't really understand. For example, I don't really understand how that world works. For example, who would want to listen to my podcast? What would I talk about, and who would listen, and how would anyone even know to listen?
So you are, that's one of the things I notice if we come back to your homepage is we don't have a freebie on there, right? And so if we start creating a freebie and we start creating a list and we start creating an audience of people who do want to follow us, they're going to be the ones that are going to continue to tune in to what it is that we have to say. It does take time. It's a long-term strategy. But I have to tell you, the people that do partake in the long-term strategy, they don't have to focus so much on other ways to be able to advertise themselves, because then it becomes like word of mouth. All of a sudden, maybe you have a teacher who's listening and they refer you to a parent. All of a sudden, you have a parent who's listening, but they don't need the services that you offer. They're able to take the information that you utilize and apply it themselves, right? And so then, but they are like, oh my gosh, Robin Hoffmeyer, like if I were to hire somebody, I would totally hire her because they've been listening to your podcast, or they've been reading your blog, or they've been, a part of your YouTube channel. So it's a way for you to continue to get out there. Everybody is looking for additional exposure online. We are the ones that are responsible for putting ourselves out there. If we don't put ourselves out there, nobody else will. Some people get scared though in the beginning, and that's okay. You can start going and being featured on other blogs and focus on backlinking. You can focus on finding other podcasts and being a guest speaker and step in front of other people's audiences of people who already, let's say, are in front of parents who have kids that struggle with learning math.
I tell you, if you said, what do you think, if you asked me what I think that's actually valuable to people out there, is that I've been teaching math so long that I seem to be able to hone in on how a child is thinking and teach a procedure in a way that makes sense to them. I get a lot of children, sorry, it's my cat. I get a lot of children saying things like, oh, I've never understood this before, but you make it seem so easy and you made it so simple. So I don't know, because I don't understand that world, would there be value in my making short videos, teaching, take long division, for example? I've got special things that I teach my children, methods, do it like this. And then they say, oh, I understand it for the first time. Is there any use in making short videos like that?
There's not, and I'll tell you why. Because those videos don't ever result in people getting hired for tutoring services. They came for that one result, they got it, they left. Right. So that is one of the biggest mistakes that people make. But where people can get good when it comes to the long-term strategy, let's say you decide we're just going to use blogging, for instance, or actually used video. Well, let's use video for instance, okay? What are some of the other programs that that are being used out there right now to teach math? What programs are your students using in school? What programs are parents purchasing? I can do reviews on those if I'm familiar with them. Here are the positives. Here are the negatives. Here's my thoughts on this. People are getting found and hired for that. So that is like, they're already looking for products to be able to help their child. So it could be a review of different websites that are helpful for kids. It could be, you have to think about when you create content, where is that parent right before they're ready to hire someone? And when you create content from that space versus the traditional, here's how you solve this kind of a problem math tutorial, you are coming at it from such a different way. You can play with keywords a lot better. You can get found easier, and you begin to now have a more successful long-term strategy. So you can create what's called pillar content. I could create, let's say, a blog post. Let's say I want to do all of the a review of all of the most major math programs taught in America, and what your thoughts are about that. Well, I can have all these individual little blogs that I write about each one, and they all point to a major pillar blog post that links to all of them. Backlinking on your own website counts as backlinking.
Okay.
So this is the power of being able to now utilize more keywords, getting found for the things that you want to get found for, getting right in there for why people want to hire you. Like, wow, this woman knows what she is talking about. When it comes to now, a great topic for your, let's say you want to get on podcasts and get featured on podcasts. you could do something like how to listen to your intuition to help kids. Because that's what you're kind of doing, right? You're like, oh, you're listening to your intuition, like in your gut, you're like, oh, this kid's going to learn better this way versus this way. All right, let me do that. Let's see if that works. And like trying it and like teaching people how to use their intuition better to be able to help kids versus just following like a program step by step by step.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how do I help my kid be able to get this? Like, a lot of times parents only know one way to go about something. What if I only know like one way to teach something? Well, your gut might be telling you, this isn't the best way for my kid. This is the only way I know. So I'm going to have to do research. What are some other strategies to be able to teach this? Right? And like, how can they go about that? How can they find stuff? So if you can come up with like a signature talk, then you could get featured on several different podcasts with the same talk. All of those then get linked back to your website, which will drive more traffic.
Wow.
So this is just kind of a start to be able to help you as you continue to get it found more. The other thing you want to do is make sure that you're submitting it to like Google My Business, because then people will put...
Well, I did that yesterday.
Great.
I did that yesterday, but I've hit a bit of a problem because to verify, they want to send you a postcard to your actual address. And
yes,
we have no postal service in South Africa.
Oh,
so
how do you get mail?
Courier. Only by courier. Nothing. We don't have. In theory, there is a postal system, but it's not operating.
And what is a courier?
Sorry?
What's a courier?
A courier is someone who actually brings something to your house. So if you need a document or something, everyone does everything through email now, but if you needed an actual document, you would pay for someone to bring it to your house. You'd pay a courier.
So it's almost like a freelancer in a way of mail delivery.
Do you call it maybe UPS or something? Like
we do have UPS. Yeah.
It's something like that.
Okay.
Something in a post box and hope it'll go anywhere. That doesn't happen really in South Africa anymore.
Did you put your address in there? Did you try to put your address in there?
I did put my address in there, and they said, sure, we'll send you this postcard. And I thought it won't. I know it won't come.
You're like, it's not going to come.
I thought, well, does that mean my Google My Business will never get verified, which is going to happen on my website as well?
I would think probably. I would think that if that system is broken down, it won't work. I so apologize. I do have a student that I have to get with, but hopefully you guys found this helpful as we went through her website to find where are some of the holes, how can we close them, and how can we make them better. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you, Robin, for joining us. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for the help. It means
you are welcome. You are